Classic car parts are harder to find out on the market than your standard auto. You choose agreed value, and that's what it will be covered for. Hello and welcome back to the My Insurance People channel. It's your insurance agent here, CF Hogue. Hope y'all are doing well and thank you for stopping by. Today, we're going to go over the differences of classic car or antique car insurance and your regular private passenger automobile insurance. Auto insurance and classic car insurance sound similar, but they cover two different types of vehicles and uses. Your standard auto insurance, of course, is your daily use vehicles, maybe even pleasure use, but you need those cars on the road more often than your antique vehicles. On your regular auto insurance, there's going to be your comp and collision that's always covered, but also you have theft coverage, weather coverage. So your auto insurance is your daily or your most common used vehicles, and your antique insurance are those bad boys that you leave in the garage. The rule of thumb on classic car insurance is 20 years, but it is not always the case. Sometimes you can get classic car coverage on a brand new vehicle. One example is a 2025 Tesla. I would be able to write that on classic cars or an antique car policy if you do not use it as a daily use vehicle. Classic cars or antique cars can also cover the modifications you make to the frame, the engines, and more. One distinct difference between your standard auto and your classic car is the use of the vehicle. Usually with classic cars, you're taking them to hobby shows, exercising the engine, or you're just showing it off. Classic cars are usually different because the value of the car appreciates and doesn't depreciate. The reason that is because you're not using the vehicle that much. They do not make the parts for those vehicles any longer, and the vehicle is worth more because it was built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. Usually with classic car or antique car coverage, you need to prove to the company that the vehicle is running and it's in good condition. More like car show ready. Classic car insurance, you can get replacement cost coverage or agreed value. Agreed value is exactly how it sounds. You spent $15,000 on the car, you put $3,000 into modifications. It is worth $18,000 to you. You choose agreed value, and that's what it will be covered for. On your classic cars, you can also get the rental and towing. Rental is not popular because usually your classic cars are an excess vehicle. Your standard auto insurance is going to pay for fair market value or actual cash value because, again, you're using those daily, and every mile on that road depreciates the value of that vehicle. Just to touch on it one more time, your classic insurance, if you have a 1999 Nissan 350Z, they do not make those parts for those vehicles anymore, and usually you're going to have it stock anyways, but if you have modifications, of course, you enhance the performance of the vehicle. Antique vehicles do not need to be stored or parked in a garage, but it is common. Most antique insurance companies will ask that it's at least parked in a carport. On classics, again, you can get the custom coverage for your modified frames or your engines. You can also get personal effects coverage, which usually I use as an example, your phone. If it were to get stolen, they will pay for that. Classic car parts are harder to find out on the market than your standard auto because you can have a 2025 Toyota Corolla, and of course they're still going to have the parts for that. OEM is an acronym for original equipment manufacturer. Again, with the newer vehicles, you're going to get OEM coverage because those parts are available. Think of standard auto insurance as handwriting that you print, and think of antique or classic cars as cursive. Here at My Insurance People, we quote standard auto and classic car insurance, and we also like to look at your rides. More often than not, if you have a car older than 20 years and you only take it out of the garage a few times a year, you need to be looking at classic or antique car insurance. Call us for your classic car insurance. Send me a picture of your ride. I'd love to look at it. And in the comments, tell us if you're just a daily driver or if you have one of those bad boys in your garage. Thanks again for watching this video. You can like, subscribe, or comment your questions or concerns, and we will get back to you. So give us a call, give us a shout. Let us know if you have any questions about your classics or your standard auto. We'll look into it right away and give you the best quote that we can provide.